figure enthusiasts, and welcome to Scaled Affairs, the show where I take a closer look on anime figures of all sorts. So sit back and relax while I'll tell you what's maybe worth adding to your collection. Today's figure is Nendoroid No. 1535, Jinx from the Moba League of Legends. She is the second lol Nendo on the show and of course comes in the current boxed format, so nothing special here to see, with the exception of perhaps a few more corporate logos than usual plastered all over the box design. Inside the box you will find Jinx embedded in a plastic blister that contains surprisingly few parts even for a modern Nendo. Normally I also do a separate slide where I'll show you all the smallest pieces together, but I guess in this case it's kinda unnecessary. Riding the rekindled popularity train for the game, Jinx is the second release for this current wave of modern Nendos, and I would say until this summer when Misfortune is supposed to come out, it is the champion I like the most in this chibi form. But before I go into more details, here are some of this figure's key specs. Like I said, this Nendoroid only comes with 3 additional body parts because instead of molded limbs, they opted for a more action-focused solution with integrated ball joints. This not only reduces the number of parts, but also makes Jinx extremely sturdy, almost like a Nendo doll. Not once during this review had I the problem with her of falling apart. While her body withstands some heavier play action, I wish I could say the same thing about the 2 main weapons. The Gatling gun and the iconic shark bazooka are great pieces with some really nice details, but also a pain in the butt to clip into those little hands. The weight of those pieces is simply too high and barely supported by the grip those open hands provide. On the bright side, it is possible to let her hold both weapons at once, making this my Nendo with the least parts that have to remain in the blister when displayed somewhere. The only 2 significant accessories left is a bent knee for a more dynamic pose and this large plastic foil standee with an explosion on it. It has a nice size and the print is very vibrant, but it feels a little cheap that they couldn't bother to cut out the contours of this simple shape. And if you wonder why this piece didn't show up in the blister earlier, it's because like all those flat extra parts, it hides between the inner and outer layer of the cardboard in the box. So keep that in mind if you are a person that doesn't store their boxes. Jinx's mold turned out to be really good. They did a great job sculpting her hairstyle, and for a character model that wears little clothing, it still includes some very nice details like those golden bullets and the cloud tattoos on her upper body. Of course, less clothes and the focus on play features also means that this is a Nendo where you will see some exposed joints. I'm also a bit disappointed that the golden gun is molded onto her belt and can't be detached. I don't know if this is something she does in the game, but it would have been nice to have one extra part to play with, and sometimes the gun gets in the way when mounting her bigger weapons. Especially the shark bazooka with all its sharp edges isn't particularly easy to handle, but on the plus side you can articulate its jaw. Jinx's facial plates are also quite nice with 2 relatively similar smiling or laughing ones and a third plate where she sticks out her tongue with a more chaotic expression. As you can see, for a Nendo she has also a relatively light skin tone, making her face plates almost feel like there is some heavy makeup on it, and it might limit the versatility when you try to combine them with other characters. But all in all, I'm very satisfied how she turned out. As far as Nendos go, the 2 main accessories are very detailed, and in my opinion they found a good balance between character style and the typical Nendo anime look. If you are a fan of the game or this particular champion, I guess it's a no-brainer to buy her because you want to collect them all, but even if you are just a casual collector that looks for a more edgy looking character model with a bit of a cyberpunk aesthetic, I can highly recommend this small figure. Next time, another scale figure from manufacturer Furyu, so be sure you don't miss the next episode of Scaled Affairs when I once again take a closer look on anime figures of all sorts. Hopefully I can see you again in the future. Until then, take care and keep collecting.